More than 3,000 years ago, nomads entered India. They spoke an Indo-European language called Vedic. They composed the 4 Vedas, which later Hinduism regarded as a sacred revelation. The oldest of these is the Rig Veda. Unlike the Bible, which means literally the book, the Vedas were handed down without writing, word for word, from father to son, from teacher to pupil. The Vedic nomads used perishable materials such as clay, wood, and grass. Agni, god of fire, was kept permanently alive. On the move, he was carried in pots. At rest, installed on altars. Fire was ritually celebrated in ceremonies such as the Agnishtoma, or praise of Agni. With the development of Hinduism, Vedic ritual declined. Considered extinct since the Middle Ages, these rituals of sacrifice have survived in remote corners. The ritual patron or sacrificer, with the help of Agni and Vedic mantras, asks the gods for strength, wealth, children, and immortality. His measurements give a unit of length which determines the size of his altars and sacred enclosure. This is the origin of geometry in India. The Vedic enclosure is always a temporary structure, unlike the later temples of Hinduism. Large altars were made of bricks. The dimensions of squares, rectangles, and triangles are also functions of the size of the sacrificer. The art of firing bricks can be traced to the Indus Valley civilization, which is earlier than the Vedas. Around the 10th century BC, the Yajurveda speaks of altars of fire built from 1,000 bricks. The altar construction in the shape of a bird is called Agnicayana, the piling up of Agni. The rituals connected with this construction continue through the night, from which the name Atiratra, or overnight, derives. One end of the sacred enclosure represents the home of the sacrificer. Simple altars are made of clay. A round altar represents a kitchen fire. A semicircular altar faces south. Next to the sacrificial altar, ritual implements are kept.
According to Rigveda, the man who performs Agnicayana and Adhirata goes up to heaven as a result of drinking Soma. Apama Soma Mamsuka Abhuma Ganma Yurira Vidama Devan. This is from Rigveda. Apama Somam. We drank Soma. Then Amrita Abhuma. We became Amritas. Amritas, those without death. This is the belief with which a Mambudiri starts performing Soma Yaga.
A Brahmin is eligible for the Soma ritual only if he keeps 3 sacred fires burning in his home throughout his life. The 3 fires are carried to the sacred enclosure, together with wooden blocks and a drill for making new fire. The 3 fires are installed temporarily. To the west, the domestic fire on a garapatya, or domestic altar used to cook oblations. To the south, the southern fire on a dakshinagni, or a southern altar, to ward off evil influences. To the east, the sacrificial fire on an ahavaniya, or sacrificial altar, which is used to make oblations. All rites are performed on behalf of a sacrificer, or yajamana.
Saraswati Bharati Vyam Bharatyadityayra Prakhal Saraswati Mambudiri Brahmins Haivelaya Vasumatya Sathamadam Madema Vasuvane Vasudheyasya Byendu Yaja.
At the often recurring Ishti rites, priests call the gods down to earth to partake of the oblations.
Samsatrishirishashalakshatamithenam Siddhiprushtha Adadhati Sahasramim Pravahanti Mitra Varune Dasya Hotramarihato Brihaspati Stotramasvinat Bharyavam Vasubane Vasudheyasya Vedu Yaja.
The offerings are poured into the fire, and Agni transmits them to the gods. The only